I can detain you and arrest you.
Okay, detain me then.
It's not every day you see cops arresting their own, but today we bring you some of the best moments where dirty officers messed up so badly they were taken into custody on duty.
How you doing, sir?
What's up?
Officer Galliano, State Police. Who are you with?
Teal.
Do you have your identification card and everything? I'm sorry to bother you, but...
This guy's been following me. And so
I know who it is.
Okay.
So I understand you were slowing traffic down on the highway?
No.
The security guard was identified as Ronald Portillo, and he could have cooperated with the cops and resolved the matter, but he refused their request instead and kept making things more difficult for himself.
Have your driver's license, sir?
No, I'm not giving it. You have that.
Okay, well...
I'm in charge of this right now.
Okay. We're in charge of what?
I'm charged of this property and other properties.
Okay, and that's fine. But over there on the highway, where you lit up cars and you were using your car like a police car.
There's no proof.
Okay. I'm investigating something, right? And if you refuse to give me your driver's license, I can detain you and arrest you.
Okay, detain me then.
Okay.
Well, the guard got exactly what he wanted as he was arrested. Who knew the situation would escalate this far? The officers then proceeded with their investigation.
No.
Who's this, man?
No.
Hey, knock it off. Knock it off.
Let go. I haven't done anything wrong.
Don't, man.
Stop pulling away. Stop pulling away.
Don't do it.
Knock it off. Done anything wrong.
Is that recording?
Yes.
Excellent. Was it recording on the highway?
I asked for your driver's license. You refused.
Yes, sir. Because I didn't break the law.
Yes, sir.
No,
You did.
sir. I didn't.
Okay, well, I was investigating you breaking the law.
Okay, but that's still not breaking the law, right? But if I lean against the unit?
You can sit on the sidewalk or in the back of a
But
unit.
if I just lean on a unit?
All right, back of the
because
unit.
I have a bad back.
The officer spoke to the off-duty captain and asked him to recount the whole incident. Little did they know, a moment of astonishment was about to unfold.
So whenever he was over there, and I was just like, I was sure, like, I didn't want to make him, like, obviously I was tailing him all the way around the building.
Yeah.
So he knew I was following him.
The captain told the guard that he was an NMSP officer. The guard felt that he had the right to stop anybody as he considered himself a law enforcement officer.
Pulled down the window, I told him, hey man, stop, whatever. And then, like, I told him, hey man, New Mexico State Police, that's whenever I identified myself, and he said, show me your badge. It's in my truck.
Yep.
I can't get it right now. Like, I'm letting you know verbally, I am New Mexico State Police, go and stop. And he said, I don't care.
Yeah.
He goes to continue to back up. I told him, just stop. I have state police officers on the way. They're coming right now. And he refused. But the biggest issue is, like, and that was his whole thing, I'm on private property. The interstate wasn't private property.
You did that on private, or on a state highway.
And that's where I kept telling him, and he referred to, and he said he owns this. Like, dude, I don't care. Like, that was the interstate. So traffic's backed up. He's causing the backup because he's staying in the left-hand lane right at like 64, 65-ish. And I go to pass him on the right. As soon as I go to pass him, he turns on all of his lights. And that's whenever I see for the first time they have blue lights in his front visor. And then, so my initial reaction, because I was like, bumper to bumper pretty much, back bumper to front bumper, is I hit my brakes and go to pull over. But as soon as I do that, he shuts them all off. It's like, okay.
The captain's revelation sent a shiver through the officer as he followed the guard. If you think that things ended here, you might be wrong, because he decided to do something horrible.
Once he realized I was staying behind him, and there was, you can't even say I was tailgating him, because there was a black vehicle in between us, and he hits the lights again, like, and that's whenever I see the red lights in the back, and then he turns them off. Like, multiple times, he's just like using his lights as like back away from me type of thing, like we do.
Yeah.
So he started following me and started fucking getting close. I asked him to show his ID. He refused to show his ID. And so I started backing up. I don't know what his problem is, but he followed me, he tailgated me, and he decided to call you guys.
The officers were trying to get the motive behind switching on and off of lights and attempting to pull the captain over.
That's it. Okay. So when he started coming up towards me, then I went towards him and saw what the problem is, because you didn't know, he didn't identify himself, he didn't show his badge, he's shaking. That was it. Nothing more. I have nothing to worry about it.
At that point, you are obligated to provide.
Am I in this?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Stay next to now. As a PPO officer, you should know that.
I do, but
So-
that's if I did something wrong, though. So
no.
I had a guy.
We didn't accuse anything.
No, I
We simply stated we were completing an investigation.
Right.
We had just started. We need to identify who you are and who
Okay.
that
Well, I
is.
apologize then, and I did
And then,
that
so
fucked
then,
up.
yeah.
The reason, as I'm talking to you right now, I want you to understand who I am. Okay, and you're obviously detained. Okay, so I am the captain of New Mexico State Police in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Okay, so you're 100% crystal clear. My name is Nicholas Carlson. Okay. The issue behind all of this is, like, you acted in a way that made me think that you were Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department whenever you were on the highway. That's the problem. So when I got to your right front headlight, you turned on your lights and tried to stop me. Okay, that's how I felt. That's why I immediately why I immediately moved to the right, and then you shut them off. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Number one, dude doesn't have a license plate, and now he's turning his lights on at me. That's why I contacted the on-duty officer.
The on duty.
Okay.
There's shit all in there. So I don't know. If I did, I didn't know.
What you're doing right now, okay, by trying to
As far as what?
as far as lying, okay, so by
There's shit all in there. So I don't know. If I did, I didn't know.
what you're doing right now, okay, by trying to
As far as what?
as far as lying, okay, so by I didn't turn on my lights, okay, so now number one you're doing is you're trying to make me out to be a liar.
I'm not trying to make you out to be a liar. Just coming on by
And
me
man,
bending.
you can
So
play the-
you know what?
you can
I'm not
play the
playing. I'm
minimize
not,
game
I'm not
all
playing
you
any
want, bro.
game.
Like you.
I'm not
you
playing
are.
any game.
That's exactly.
I
what
would
you're doing.
lie. I wouldn't lie at all. Just wouldn't lie. I have no reason to lie. I have nothing to lose.
Putting
You
your
want cup of
integrity in the trash, bro. Like you-
I'm not trying to put integrity. I
You are.
have integrity.
So-
So you want me just to say, own up to say,
I want
the
you to
lights
be
on?
honest. Because this crap about accidentally, like I hit him, bro. I've been
It
doing
does
this for
happen.
22.
I understand.
22 years, man. 22 years. So the whole thing of I accidentally turned on my lights, it doesn't apply. And whenever you try and associate it to a mic that you can hit with your chin, like it's silly. Because I've hit my mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I've hit my mic a million different times.
No.
But
Okay, go ahead.
that's completely different from whenever you reach down with your hand. It's probably on your console someplace down
No.
here. Okay, so for the fact that you turn them on at the exact time that I get to the right front to pass you and make me believe that with that positioning, you're stopping me, and then all of a sudden they turn off whenever I go to pull over, whenever I'm like, oh shit.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So when I hit the lights, honestly,
But it's okay.
I'm not trying to play a game. If you want me to admit it, then I'll admit it.
I want you to
I'm telling you,
the truth.
I am speaking the truth.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I have no questions, sir.
Afterwards, the officer talked to the guard and wanted to get the story directly from the horse's mouth, asking why he did not show his driver's license and why he resisted the arrest.
The reason I'm asking is because when I ask for your ID, typically we want your driver's license, right? I understand you gave
Right, but
me
I
your
gave
property
you
ID.
property.
We need your driver's license. It has the numbers on there so we can identify you.
Right.
I don't know what the point was in refusing or asking me to detain you in lieu of doing that, but just so you know, I can charge you for that if I choose to.
Okay.
Secondly, the pulling away from us as we're trying to detain you, you know what that's called? It's called resisting arrest. I don't know why you would think to do that. I don't know why you would think to get in more trouble. You know what I mean? Next time law enforcement comes up to you.
Honestly, it was probably just out of a habit.
Another twist took place when the officer inquired about the license plate, but he couldn't provide one as it was not his vehicle.
I'm not charging you for resisting or concealing ID. However, we are charging you for impersonating a police officer. We're going to write you a citation.
Okay.
There's going to be a report. You have a court date, all that stuff. Officer Power is getting that ready for you right now. He'll bring it to you and he'll explain it to you in a minute. It is a full misdemeanor, just so you're aware.
Lastly, the officer handed a misdemeanor citation for impersonating a captain to Portillo, the security guard. He was charged with impersonating a police officer, but was not charged with resisting arrest or concealing his ID. He pleaded not guilty to the charge, and the case is still pending. Impersonating an officer is a pretty serious thing to be charged with, but this next cop was found drunk on duty.
He's refusing medical, and he refused that. Yeah, he had his uniform on. He's refused FSEs.
On July 4th, a police officer with the Apopka Police Department named Mayorga was arrested for suspected DUI while in his patrol vehicle and with his uniform on. The interrogating officer carefully probed by asking him different questions.
Rap asked him, "Hey man, did you have anything to celebrate for today?" He said no. He's like, "Be honest, in our profession, honesty goes a long way." He said, "I'm gonna be honest, I had 3 Benadryl." And I was like, "Okay, when did you have that?" He's about 2 hours ago. I'm like, "Why would you take 3 Benadryl knowing you had to go into work tonight?"
I have seizures every 2 or 3 months.
Are you on medication?
Officers stressing the importance of truthfulness, Mayorga's response about alcohol and medication added an unexpected layer to the unfolding mystery.
First, would it be?
Does your medication say not to drink and take it? Mix it with alcohol? Does it say not to mix it with alcohol?
Yeah.
When's the last time you took your medicine?
4 days ago.
However, he later confessed to drinking 3 tall boys, or 24-ounce cans. As soon as they learned about his suspicious acts, the officers called the sergeant.
He's refusing medical, and he refused FSEs. Yeah, he had his uniform on. He's refused FSEs, and he's now
I don't know if you saw his laptops all on the floorboard.
Looks like it.
Upon investigation, it was found that the Apopka officer lived nearby and was going to City Park 441.
The thing is he said that he's going in 441 in Park City, but he's told Robichek that he's on his way to work. Yeah. All right. He said he was on his way to work, but I don't think he's on his way to work. If he's on his way to work, then he's in.
The officer was arrested under suspicion of DUI and booked into the Lake County Jail. According to the Apopka police, Mayorga, the police officer, had been placed on administrative leave without pay, pending a review of the incident. When it comes to upholding the law, no one is exempted, not even those who made it.
Hey, Far, watch me. I'm going to walk over there.
You can go over there.
And you're not going to do anything about it,
Yeah,
okay?
because you have these guys right here.
On November 13th, 2023, Mr. Free received a call from the FAA in the Northwest Mountain Regional Office in Washington about the rude behavior of the federal employees.
No.
You're on federal property.
Okay.
What are you taking pictures of?
Are you worried about it?
sir? Yeah, I'm making contact right now. Excuse me?
Why are you worried about that?
Because I do security. This is all federal property. You can't be on federal property unless you have an appointment.
How confident of that are you?
Excuse me?
How confident of that are you?
I'm pretty confident of that.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's having to push out right now.
Willing to make you a bet on that.
Why are you on federal property?
Why would I explain that to you?
Because you're not supposed to be on federal property unless you have a reason to be on federal property.
As Free refused to claim his identity, he was asked to leave. Not only did he refuse to leave the site, but he also called FPS.
You have a proper identification.
Oh. So are you asking for my identification?
Yes, sir. Do you have any identification?
I don't.
That's fine.
My name's Gandalf.
That's fine. Then where did you park at, sir?
What's that?
Where did you park at?
Actually, skydived in.
Really?
Did a halo jump. It's a little chilly up at 40,000.
It is pretty cold out there.
It is really cold up at 40,000.
Can I walk you off federal property? I'm not trying to be rude.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm going to politely decline that request.
I have to ask you to leave, otherwise
I totally understand you have to ask me. I'm sure that's probably in your policy manual or something.
It is.
I'm going to deny the request politely.
Mr. Free confidently bet that even if the authorities arrived, they would leave before he did.
I'm going to make a quick bet with you guys, though, that even if they do by some chance show up, that they'll leave before I do.
Oh, they would be here.
Yeah,
They're en route.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a quick bet, though. They're going to leave before I do. Any takers?
I'm not a betting man.
Not a betting man?
No, I got too many kids to feed.
Oh, fair enough. Yep. Fair enough. I can appreciate that. Oh, hey, that was fast. That was fast. Is there a PRO on site, by the way? Is there a PRO on site?
As the other officer named Michael arrived, surprisingly, they seemed very close.
Well. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you,
What
man?
are you doing up here all the way
I
from
knew
Portland?
it was going to be you. How are you, man?
Pretty good. How about you, 1523?
Pretty good.
Or do you just prefer Michael?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He asked the security officer to grant Mr. Free access to the building. Public buildings like this one don't need any specific process, and Mr. Free had all the rights to enter the building.
I don't know which one you're with. I mean, like I told you before, I'm not going to stop you from
Well, I know there's, honestly, I know I'm not going to get any problem with you, Michael. So I'm with Inland Auditing Media.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm Gandalf, by the way.
Carlos.
Yep.
No, we haven't dealt. I'm a dog handler, so I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Fair enough. How's 1414 doing?
He's good. Yeah,
he's a bit of a rigid man.
Yeah, but he's all right. He's all right.
No, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, he's good.
Did I catch him on a bad day?
No, I think you were his first minute auditor, and I was letting him take it at first.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
He's good. You know, you know what? I think it helped. I think things like this help.
This statement was quite concerning. Is it going to be an audit to reveal good practices or expose some troubling revelations?
Police just to be involved in something like this and get to know exactly what we're supposed to do and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, and in the long stream effect, or the downstream effect rather, is that there are many things. I don't know if you guys have.
Sun's getting me in the eyes.
Oh sure, yeah, you bet. If you guys have seen the kind of journalism I practice, I mean, I get tips and leads all the time that actually do take me to places. One of the things I'm getting ready to do here is a FOIA, and I cannot tell you how many times now I've caught some sort of a bad practice, going on. And the good thing about catching those is, as we know, not all police officers, whether they're federal, state, county, city, they're not all bad. There's plenty of good police officers out there. The worst thing to you guys is a crappy police officer, right?
Upon asking to make a FOIA request, he was directed to the FAA website. This raised the question of the accessibility of the official information.
So I need to see if I can get a PRO, or I can go through, it's fine, but I just need to get a FOIA document if I could.
That's fine. Yeah, we just need to see if we can get him what he needs. Yeah.
Just go on the FAA website. You're not coming in.
Why not?
Just go on the FAA website.
How come I'm not coming in?
Because who are you here to see?
I'm here to do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Who are you here to see them?
Whoever the PRO is.
Public relations
Well,
officer.
see, here's the problem.
As the public relations officer holds access to the necessary information, it was later revealed that he was absent.
So we need to get him the information for the person that he needs to see. So let's look at who the public relations. So is there a public relations office here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but no.
But they're not here?
Correct.
All right.
Oh, there's only so like when someone comes in for an airplane license, you don't walk in. You make an appointment with FSDO.
Mm-hmm.
FSDO makes sure they're here, and they marry up and get their stuff out. So if he wants to see the PAO, he makes an appointment. They know that they make it agree on a time. They both show up at the same time. The other ones, everyone works from home. They're only here one day.
I'll change it up.
We need to get the information. Who's the name of the PIO?
Who's the PIO? Yeah. So we need to get him the information.
Well, there's Bill Meyer. I'm the security guy.
I need to get the PIO's information. Name and contact information.
And also, I am going to come inside.
Mr. Free was determined to enter the building. The situation heated up as the security officer asked him for his reference and identification, and the security officer neither allowed nor denied his access completely.
I'm absolutely going through that.
Good for you.
So let's get that process going, okay?
Yeah.
Why not? Are you denying me access to the building?
Who are you here to see?
I'm not going to tell you that. Are you denying me access to the building?
So, see, it's appointment only. It's escort only.
Fart. I'm going to make this real clear to you. Are you going to deny me access or not?
All right, what are you? Are you my dad?
Are you denying me access or not? You're the security
I'm not saying
person.
anything.
I'm
what
coming
I'm
into the
saying
building, or you're going to deny me. Which one are you doing?
You have to be escorted.
I'm not concerned with what the rules are. What I'm concerned with is I'm going in my building. It's mine.
Yeah? Who's your escort?
I don't really care. You can find whoever you want. Find the janitor.
I'm not here to find an escort for you.
I'm not here to be told that I can't come into my building. So either you're going to deny me access to my building or you're going to let me inside. You need to figure it out, Far. Are you going to process me or not?
Let me get this straight. You're telling me what I need to do? Good for you.
So are you going to prevent me from going in or not?
He needs to be processed in.
Perfect. Welcome to the FAA. Do you have a photo ID?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm not going to show you ID.
Perfect. Do you have any weapons or explosives?
No.
Mr. Free received assurances from a helpful staff member regarding access and information. He gave him a sticky notepad so he could provide all the required stuff.
It's going to be that this person is going to be able to give you the information you need. She is like one of the executive managers here.
Oh, okay.
I've dealt with her. She's very nice, so she'll be able to point you in the right direction for FAA, who the PAO is.
That's awesome.
How to do a FOIA request.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sign it for me.
Yeah, you bet.
If you have something, write her information down. I'll give it to you.
You know what I'll do?
Yes. Put it on a sticky note for you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
All right, it's 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was just looking for that. Is that my badge?
Yes.
Okay.
Write the number down.
Oh, sure.
Whoa, Far. Think about what you're saying, dude. They're federal law enforcement officers that actually know what they're talking about. You need to stay in your lane.
You really do, Spark.
You got it?
Point at me.
I will point at you. What are you going to do about it?
He can point all he wants, Spark. Dude. If I need to talk to Jerry, I will. But you gotta cut it out at this point, man. I'm telling you, right now, on a contract standpoint, you gotta stop it. You gotta go to the loading dock, whatever you need to do. You need to go on a patrol, but you can't be here. Okay?
Officer Farr continued to restrict him from entering the building, and Mr. Free pointed at him to remain where his duty was. Officer Michael jumped in to alleviate the situation and sent the security officer.
Acquaintance. We are definitely acquaintances.
Okay.
Yeah. Met him down in Portland. Really nice guy. Really great officer.
Got a lot of training.
He does. Carlos just met him today. Really squared away guy.
So this is all where it goes left. This is a fitness center we have.
Nice.
Here, Mr. Free met another employee, William. He explained about the security officer's behavior and that he was following his duty orders. Mr. Free told him how he knew FPS officers.
Look at this. You know, one of the shames of the lockdowns and everything that has come from that has been the lack of access to art. Truly. If you look at the agencies that like
You mean in general, or are you talking like
yeah, in general?
buildings?
No, like I mean state, county, city levels. It's really surprising. If you go to the city of Lakewood and you go into their city hall, be prepared, sir. The art is epic.
Okay.
And they
local
have that
artists, or they just
local artists. Yeah, that huge, massive, like I'd say 6 foot by 6 foot oil paintings.
Yeah.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But then for 2.5, 3 years, completely locked down, didn't have access to it, and that's a big deal.
That was just the beginning. You will be absolutely shocked to see how these next cops turned against each other.
Okay. Sheriff, you need to back up out of my face, sir. You have no authority. You're not gonna tell me what to do, my.
It's strange to see how often ego comes between the duty of a police officer and even forces them to turn on against their fellows. Today we'll be looking at 3 such instances where a cop turned against their fellow officers. On the 30th of January 2024, a Lexington police officer spotted a vehicle going way beyond the speed limit. He quickly initiated a traffic stop and pulled the guy over. However, as he reached out to him, he was surprised to find out who he was dealing with.
Hello. Are you sure? I'm going to SWAT call out. Okay, sir. This is Podio. Could you do an 85 and a 55? I was going. Going where? Call out. Where are we going? Your SWAT call out right over here. I didn't know we had one. We have an armed guy barricaded in the house. He used to be a police officer. And where at? Right down here on. 1 second. 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 1 Here in Lexington? Yeah. We have an armed person we don't know about.
The individual caught speeding was a Cleveland County Sheriff, Chris Amazon, who was hurrying to a SWAT call. Surprisingly, the Lexington Police Department were unaware of this situation. That's when the officer went over to contact the police chief, inquiring about the situation.
All right, I'll call our chief and let him know. 301 next. According to the Cleveland County Sheriff, we have a hostage situation at that location.
Moments later, the Lexington police chief, Ronnie Johnson himself, appeared on the scene as he seemed visibly upset for being kept unaware of the incident. Soon, he was about to let out his anger.
Captain Tom? Captain Hawk?
Yeah.
Where's command? Excuse me, sir. What's going on here?
We realized that I'd like to know what's going on in my own city.
We would have notified you, sir.
We would have?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I've been down there at the PD all day.
According to the call, it says Lexington was notified, they refused to respond according to our call.
Sit down here, guys.
Okay, I don't know who the said that. First of all, sir, I know you're the chief. You're not going to talk to me like that. I'm just telling you what the call says.
I don't appreciate all of this going on and nobody notified me thing about it.
Okay. I'm sorry, what's your name?
As the chief vented out his frustration, Deputy Szymanski attempted to interject, which the officers didn't like and went over to confront him.
Sir.
Hey, he's a lieutenant.
I am too.
That's great.
You're not going to talk about chief like that, sir. That's not going to happen.
You can get the out of my face. I don't give a who you are. Okay? This is my county, too.
Back up, man. Back up. No, you don't.
He just said, what's
This is going to be good.
According to the call,
you need to stop.
Lexington PD was notified.
Chill out, back up, everything's going to be okay. But you need to back up.
I get it that you're chief.
You can back up. Negative.
Deputy Szymanski didn't hold back and had no respect for his compatriots. He then proceeded to do something which escalated the already tense situation.
This right here ain't what
We're not going to be disrespectful. Okay. Sheriff, you need to back up out of my face, sir. You have no authority.
You're not going to tell me what to do, You're not going to get in my sheriff's face,
you want to do that?
just like you told me.
Your hands off me, man. Back up, John.
Pull him back.
No, he
he's
just
in the
came up to
sheriff's
my
face.
face and said the same
Go to jail.
Stop.
He's getting ready to go to jail.
Stop.
Both you need to back off. This is our operation. This is our county. Understand?
Oh, yeah. Perfectly clear.
Go 10-8.
Perfectly clear. Come on.
Just run that.
I want that lieutenant's name so I can put his hands on me.
Following the altercation, Chief Johnson and the officer decided to depart the scene, leaving the incident to the sheriff's department. Johnson later came on media to assert that this wasn't the first instance the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office kept them out of the loop. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office also took notice of the sad incident and released a statement where they expressed remorse over the incident and also attempted to provide a context for the actions of their deputy. We can only hope for an honest investigation, but given that the investigation is being held within the department, our expectations for a positive and just outcome are limited. However, this wasn't the first time there was a dispute between police officers and sheriff deputies, as this one inside a jail was even more intense.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way.
On July 16, 2022, several Columbus police officers arrived at the Muskogee County Jail with their detainees, only to find out that they were not welcome inside. A day ago, the jail run by the Sheriff's County Office decided to change the first-come, first-served policy and instead decided to book deputies prisoners, then state troopers, and then the police officers. The officers, however, without any prior knowledge of this fact, were left stranded outside the building.
Hey, Snipes, they're still denying us. God bless America. They won't let us in.
They won't let y'all in. They won't let me in. Ain't that right?
Nah, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate complaint.
That might look good for me, but go at home. Boom.
Out of it. Central, SB1, please.
Lieutenant Nestor about to get a complaint. 100%. the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
As a sheriff's deputy arrived on the spot, he straight away cut the line and went inside. The officers, who were already pretty tense, were agitated seeing this behavior, prompting another deputy to come out and explain everything.
Wait a minute.
Oh, don't yell it. Don't start yelling. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm going to file a complaint.
That's fine. That's fine. Good. How are you? Until y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time. SO and GSP has priority.
So SO has priority,
And
even
GSP
though.
and then you guys. I mean, this is beyond my control. I don't have anything, so don't yell at me. All right. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm going to bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
Every officer from the Columbus Police Department was extremely upset on this behavior, and they also made sure to let their feelings known.
Because I'm about to have a stroke.
Guess what? You want to
This is a failure of justice.
And the jail does not like us, so we have 5 people sitting here outside waiting. It's wonderful. The sheriff is very pissed with us, okay? And he runs the jail, so.
Amidst this, one of the officers parked his car in a manner that blocked the deputy's vehicle, who had cut them off earlier. Now, this behavior was said to trigger the sheriff deputy, who was extremely flustered.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the car because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game.
At this point, tensions were escalating as one of the officers even went ahead to grab his weapon. Deputy Adkins, on the other hand, was still trying to get the vehicle away so he could get out of the jail premises.
I'm gonna go get my stuff because this is getting stupid. I'm not gonna be de-armed outside of the jail.
You need to get up here. Somebody get this goddamn car so I can get out. They want to play games. Y'all ain't letting them in, so they don't want to let me out. Better hope I don't see you getting your ass whooped on the street, because I'm gonna drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else I said that shit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Do it. I'll see you in the car because I got a goddamn car to go to. And you don't want to move the goddamn car. Huh? Yeah. Don't stop for me. Don't stop for me. You don't move.
As the Columbus police officers refused to move the car aside, the sheriff's deputies had to contact their chief in an attempt to find a resolution.
I don't know, but I'm probably gonna quit. This is so stupid, dude.
Back it up so we don't have to bring his ass.
Listen, man, I'm only doing what my supervisor told me. I understand. This is ridiculous, and I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. But you're gonna have to talk to the sergeant over there.
No, I'll be talking to the chief. Hey, Chief, I'm sorry. We got a situation over here. We got CPD won't let our guys out, and they're about to go to blows. I'm asking your CPD officer to back up his car, and he's saying that his supervisor told him not to let it.
And again, no one on our side is threatening.
We're having a tit for tat over here. Hold on. Roll down your window.
The situation was starting to get heated up as more and more pressure was being put on the poor officer who had been assigned to block the deputy's car. Meanwhile, additional police calls were coming in, which they kept on ignoring.
We gotta stop playing these games. This is retarded.
Yes.
I know most of us are kind of at a standstill. Do I have anybody on Forest Road reference to 7511?
Hey, Sarge, we got it.
Headquarters, we're all standing on the wall of the jail.
What car is it? Hey, move your car, bro.
Fantastic.
All right, I don't get who your sergeant is.
Hey, he's with the chief.
Okay.
Sarge, he's with the chief. He's with the chief. Sarge.
What's your name? Got there, started rolling up, they shut it right before I got there.
Give him a second. I hear you.
What is in Sally Port? Yes, sir.
Go ahead and back it up. All right.
Just as it seemed the officer might cause the matter to end, the sergeant stormed out, refusing to reconcile with the sheriff's deputies.
Hey, Fairbanks, no. You stay right there, man.
Hey, sorry. Now your sergeant over here telling him not to move. His lock. Chief said he's not moving. We got to get somebody over here. We got to put this. This ain't respectful.
Hey, they got my guy locked in. What I got to do with this shit? Like,
I don't want to fight. Everybody in.
The situation was heating up, and a supervisor had to calm his deputies down as he moved them in. Maybe the police officers seemed to have overreacted. Well, this female officer clearly had a different perspective on the matter.
I try to get through, and they immediately, halfway open it, shut it on me. And I hear through there's a deputy saying this to me on the radio, that female officer's trying to get into the door. Do not let her in that door. Do not let any officer through that door.
From PD.
From the jailer. The jailers are saying that through their radio. So they won't even let us through the door. There's one person inside there, and now they booked the sheriff guys out, and he's like screaming at us to move our vehicles. They won't even let any of our guys in. They won't book any of our guys. They won't even let us in to use the bathroom, nothing. Nothing.
I think this is where.
This is it.
This is as bad as it can get.
Like, we can't principal someone's crime, man.
It appeared that the jail, which came under the jurisdiction of the sheriff's office, might have gone against the police officers, as they were visibly upset by the treatment.
This guy's got a call, but then my sergeant's telling me not to move.
Right. I have this.
And then when I started backing up, he told me to stop and get him.
What about arrested all of them for not doing their job?
Right. Okay.
This is
crazy.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the keys in there, dude. I really not wanting to be a part of to get charged with a crime, dude, for a stand, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm transferring.
Possession Schedule 2, obstruction, and drug-related objects.
So far, it's all felons. All right. Get in your car before you think outside the
The officers stood and waited outside the jail for hours, but nothing seemed to work in their favor. Dejected by this behavior, they decided to take their prisoners to 6th Avenue.
Let me a damn court date and let me go to court. All CPD prisoners at the jail, just leave me out there on in between the street, between the building of the SO and the CPD. We'll have our meeting there.
Let's have a seat. Watch your head, okay?
This is sad, man. They doing this shit.
Watch your legs, okay?
Then also said he was going to ram the car, so.
Oh, yeah, he said he was going to ram the car.
So, I mean.
He's going to pass right by us if he ever sees us getting our ass beat on the street.
This is rock bottom.
Eventually, the police officers had to release their prisoners with a court summons, requiring the inmates to return to court later this month. It was indeed a sad incident to view, and what's even more troubling is the fact that during this encounter, a robbery was taking place, and none of the officers even attempted to reach there. Later, however, the sheriff and the Columbus police chief met and set aside their differences. The sheriff also released a statement claiming that their relations are still intact, and both of them have continued to work together to this day. Well, that was a tough night, but what happens when a police officer is caught breaking the law by his superiors?
I can't go right there.
You're going now.
Okay, well, what if I don't?
We gonna have a problem.
It all began on January 13th, 2021, when a distressed caller informed the Bossier City Police Department about a police unit being driven erratically. She also claimed that the driver almost hit the mailbox and swerved into the opposite lanes as well. Moments later, 2 supervisors from the police department contacted the driver and went over to talk to him in a grocery store parking lot.
That was your driver. Driving fine. They moved a little bit to the right. Other than that, unless I drop something or whatever, hit the curb or whatever, or in the middle of the line, but you can go around the car if you like. The only thing I know is I saw the phone down on the seat. And I'm reaching for it again. So you got off? Probably, I don't know. You got off at 6 o'clock today? I did. I got 2 kids. Did you get straight to bed or just good? No, I didn't. So you've been up since last night? I have.
The driver was found to be the off-duty police officer, Travis Coker. As one of the supervisors went over to search Coker's car, he discovered something suspicious.
The Adderall? What is it? The Exotram? Or what call it? Yeah. They call it the business. So you take a couple of these? No, not today. No. Not a one. That Frank died. I gave that to my mom. So you think you're good to go for driving? Oh, 100%. And look, ain't nobody trying to get a car. No, I know. And that's why I had been asleep. I was trying to get everything arranged. Got home, got the kids on the school bus, met Betty, got all that situated, just trying to pick the house up. He didn't use prescription. He can't walk. So I'm sitting there waiting for me.
Coker claimed to be completely okay and had not taken any meds that day. That's when the supervisor came back and proposed a simple test to it. But Coker appeared hesitant, signifying that he might be guilty.
Sorry, I can't go there. I got a sick kid at home. I can't. That's why I'm trying to get back to you. I'm trying to get Betty's prescription. Can't even walk. I'll be glad to come there just a little bit. But I don't feel safe with you driving right now. Okay, can I get somebody to come get me? I promise you, Lieutenant Cap, I am fine. If I hit something, it was dropping my phone. It ain't the sleep. Well, listen to me. We're going to have to go this route, what I just told you. Okay, I'm saying I can't do that right now. You don't have no other choice. I'm telling you that right now.
Officer Coker wanted to dodge the drug test, and despite the supervisor's multiple requests, he remained intact.
All due respect, when I get off, I have obligations to things. That's why I couldn't go tonight to the there. But I'm making it work. But I have to get back on it to get it. We're not going to have a discussion. You're going to WK. You're going down. Cap, I can't go right this You're going down. Okay, well, what if I don't? We're going to have a problem. What's the problem? You probably administrative leave. For what? Because I can't go right this second because I'm on my off time?
Listen to me. You're operating.
I wasn't even driving.
Coker.
Captain, I love you to death. I mean,
but you put me in a bad spot.
Captain, I'm in the only spot I can be in, man. I'm trying to take care of my family.
You're going to have to go with him, okay?
I can't go there right now, Captain.
Coker insisted that he wasn't ready for the test at that moment. However, he assured them that he'd return to the department after he paid a visit back home. But the officers weren't too pleased with his behavior.
If you was in your POV, and listen, I would be. Listen in the shop. If you was in your POV, we wouldn't be out here right now. I know that. But you in the city vehicle. Right. And it's her word against. She got some videotape? Listen to me.
This is not court. I mean? This is an administrative deal.
I know that, but I'm just saying, anybody's out there, the police, like I said, if I drop my phone and run over the line, I'm not doubting that. Yes, sir. But I have to get to, give me 35 minutes. I'll come back and do whatever you want to do.
Can't do that.
Okay, well, can I get somebody to come get me?
No, you gotta
come with us. If you refuse, you're not gonna have no choice but to put you on administrative. And what does that mean? That means that we have to take your gun, take your badge, and then we gotta go to the chief's office.
The supervisors even threatened to have him placed on leave if he failed to comply with them. Despite this threat, Coker remained adamant about returning home.
Are you gonna take the test, or you're not gonna take the test? I will take the test today, I just can't take it right this second.
So, here's the deal, to make it perfectly clear. What he's explaining to you is that he and the captain are giving you an order, being in patrol administration, okay? You're under their command that you have to submit to reasonable suspicion testing.
What is the reasonable suspicion?
This is not for debate. Listen,
I'm just saying, explain to me the
Coker,
reasonable suspicion.
you're arguing. Look.
I'm asking.
Okay.
Sergeant, don't worry about it. He's been policing long enough. It's not a detective. If you don't understand what we're saying right now, you're not going to never understand what we're saying. Okay, so we just think about it. I'm just asking.
One of the supervisors reached a breaking point as he was surprised to see the level of ignorance being shown by an officer.
I'm on the phone with one of the chief. He said, you got to go for reasonable suspicion. There's something. You got to go.
I can't go right this second. Can you give me 30 minutes? And we're gonna make sure whatever your family needs are, we'll make sure those family needs are taken care of.
I have to take care of it. My mother died 2 weeks ago. I have a daddy that I didn't ask for this. Captain, I'm not trying to make your job hard. None of y'all's job hard. Y'all know me.
You're doing a good job making it hard, bro.
I mean, I'm not. Man, you're making mine hard because I got nothing said I had to go home and go to sleep. Am I gonna go to sleep? Yeah. But I had to think. That's the night thing. I told you. I'm juggling it the best I can. The very best I can. I go to work every night. I'm there at 10 o'clock.
Are you gonna submit to the testing or not?
I will go to any test y'all want me to go to. Just give me just a little bit of time.
Can't do that.
I will grab a POV back there.
At this point, it was adamantly clear that Mr. Coker was just being dishonest as he was creating stuff, something which he continued to do so in the next few minutes.
Yeah, we are.
And you say you got family that you
I do. I got family. I'm on my off day.
Yeah, I understand that. But you in our car.
Right, I am in your car,
Right.
which I was not driving when y'all pulled up.
Okay.
But it's somebody that don't like the police, Captain. Is there something wrong with the car?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't. This is not a DWI.
Right, I know it's not. I ain't drink or drive.
You know you're not getting back in the car to drive.
That's fine. I'm gonna get my stuff out of it.
When?
Right now. It's my stuff. I can believe I can get it. It's my personal stuff.
Take a chance of being terminated. I'm not saying that's gonna happen.
But over what, Captain?
Because right now, the way you're acting, we're trying to do our job. We're trying to do something. You all being respectful.
I'm being as respectful as I can be.
Are you going, yes or no?
Captain, I have an obligation at home. I'm off. I'm not going right now.
It's a yes or no answer.
I'm not going right now. Okay. Can I get my personal stuff out of my car? I guarantee you we can look around and everybody's broke policy.
Okay.
They got body cameras on? No. That's against policy.
Seeing the situation deteriorate and the supervisors not granting him any leverage, Mr. Coker started to get confrontational and even rude at times.
Listen, you don't understand, Coker. I got the keys to the car.
I need that money.
Yeah, you get. Yeah,
we're gonna get my money. We're gonna get you the money. Nobody trying to keep your money from you.
Nobody gonna keep your money.
Well, why can't I get it now?
Step to the front of the car.
You can get it from
me. Stand in front of us.
Good, how are you?
Oh, now I'm in trouble now?
No.
What I need to stand in front of the damn vehicle?
Because I said so, that's what.
So who are you to say so? You ain't no right to me today.
At this point, I don't trust you, man.
I don't care if you trust me or not.
I don't want you near me.
That's fine. I don't want you near me. How about that? I'm not under arrest.
Okay.
Can you grab my bucket of dip sitting out there on the seat, please?
There's no possible explanation as to why would Coker be so against the test, apart from the fact that he knew he was under the influence of a substance.
Y'all treat me like shit. Ain't mad at none of y'all.
We gotta treat you like anything, Coker. We had a complaint. We gotta see through it. But you're hindering us from doing what we gotta do.
Y'all really think that I'm on dope? Come on, man. I've got none of my prescriptions out of the car that I have to take daily. I've told you.
They've given you a direct order. You have to go submit to chemical testing.
Why? Under what ground?
They don't have to have grounds.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Did I get pulled for a random?
It doesn't matter. Then take it up with your attorney and civil service. I suggest you do.
What it said. I've already read it. I know what it said.
However, the officers did settle with Mr. Coker as he was allowed to call someone to pick him up and eventually leave the area. Despite this, the heated altercation between the officers showed no signs of stopping.
It don't have to get escalated because the thing is you're OJ. Okay? And you might have the car, but you don't have it. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut and drive. Okay? I think I'm good.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, go ahead and tell me.
Don't get too close.
Then back up on me.
I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm asking you to stand right there.
Okay.
Don't stand right there. I'm just saying, I don't want this thing to escalate.
How's it going to escalate? You tell me.
I'm telling you, I don't want you to get too close to it. That's what I'm asking.
You tell me how it's going to escalate.
I'm hoping it don't escalate.
But what would it escalate to?
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
I'll let her know that it's going to escalate because I'll stand on the curb.
I don't want it to escalate.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Officer Coker put his entire career in jeopardy, but refused to go with the officers and give a simple test. It's strange how a law enforcement officer would disregard his job like this.
Best fucking police y'all got in this fucking city. I understand.
Do you realize one thing? If you just stop for 1 second, just to think. This whole time, while we sit up here going through everything that we've gone through, you not want to go.
It's not wanting to go. Captain, I go to space with you. You want me to? You know that. That I have no hard feelings towards anybody. I don't know what was said that I swerved. If I dropped my phone, swerved over to the side, I'm sorry. I'm giving that. I really am. I don't want any. I worked with every one of you, especially you. And I don't want any.
Yeah, and I have no issue with you.
Right.
I don't, but I have.
You doing your job?
Yes,
I
have a job to do, and everything and all the sequence of events that have taken place today. Lord knows I hate it.
Meanwhile, Coker's ride came up, and that's when he decided to make it up with the officers involved. Nevertheless, it was still strange and disheartening to witness a police officer behaving like this towards his superior. It raises the question that if that's how he is with them, how he would even behave with the general public.
Hey, you get to the station?
Yeah, go ahead, tell me. I already talked to something.
Next up, here is a police officer who committed such a horrible crime on duty that he was sentenced to life.
The first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of the first degree, and punishment is set at 30 years.
It is shocking to see how an officer behaves out with the public, thinking he would never be held accountable for his actions. However, this cop made a mistake so huge that it couldn't be ignored, and he was sentenced to over 200 years in prison. On June 18th, 2024, Officer Daniel Holtzclaw had completed his shift and was heading home when he conducted a traffic stop of a 57-year-old woman. During the stop, Daniel asked her to lift her skirt and take off her pants before he forced her to do oral sex right there on the road. The victim, Janie Liggins, reached the police department the next day and even submitted to a assault exam. As Daniel came onto his shift the very next day, he was welcomed by Detective Kim Davis, who was about to take him to the cleaners.
Tell me about that stop.
I was going westbound on Northeast 50th, probably a block just east of Lincoln. I see a red Grand Prix or Grand Am in my right lane, in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. The car swerves, and so at the time I'm thinking, okay, it's probably a drunk person, or maybe got excited because they saw a cop. Made contact. It was a black female. Asked for license and insurance. Stated that she didn't have insurance. Gave me an ID.
Do you make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case, I saw her swerve and whatnot, so
I mean, me, I don't.
Felt.
After I get off work.
I know, I mean.
The officer had also turned off his computer and GPS while making the stop. Now, while the nature of the stop was illegal, what happened next assured that the officer was in huge trouble.
Okay, so you got her out of the car?
Yes.
Okay. And put her in the back of your car?
Yes.
Okay. Any problems there?
No, she was cooperative. Didn't give me any problems or whatnot.
So, did you run her on your MDT?
No, I didn't. All my stuff as far as that, because I didn't even call it in and say it was a traffic stop. My computer was off and everything as well.
Did you shut it off?
I just shut it off. Yeah, on the way.
When you put her in your car, did you pat search her?
When I came around, I was like, lift up your shirt. Is there anything on you? Anything as far as your waistband or anything like that? She said no. And then I put her in the vehicle and went from there. Asked her everything.
Did your hands go on her at all?
I backhanded her on as far as the side.
Where on her body? Tell me. You backhanded
her waist, and the back portion. I didn't touch her butt or anything, but the back portion of the waist. And then she lifted it up like right here, and there's nothing.
Did she lift it up like this?
No.
Okay. So she never, like, went, ooh, nothing,
No.
exposed her or anything like that?
She asked me if I was like, no, it's okay.
She asked you.
Mr. Holtzclaw's reaction was quite calm and composed, something that you would never expect from an innocent cop who has been accused of such dirty things.
Did your hand go on her butt or anything?
No, that's not what I was saying. It was the hip, the side, not the section.
What about right here?
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
They can tuck a gun
That's
right here.
why I asked to lift it up.
Oh, so she just kind of showed you her belly?
Right.
Okay. Well, was there anything, an accidental touch, anything?
If she thought it, when I pat searched her, but it was nothing as far as I felt like I would do anything as far or anything like that. For my safety, I just checked to see the weapons or anything.
And
to make clear, I didn't touch her butt, but the waist side and whatnot. if you would like me to do it for me to show you.
No, and I'm fine with it, and you have every right to do that. She's saying that you made her lift up her shirt, and when she lifted up her shirt, she exposed her breasts.
No.
The case was only getting started, and Detective Kim realized this wouldn't be a one-time occurrence. As she dug further into the officer, she discovered 13 women who accused him of similar incidents. Shockingly, all of them were black women who had trouble with the law. It was seemingly obvious that Daniel considered them easy targets and was abusing them.
She said, she said she was doing this. When you said, is there anything inside your bra? And she was, well, no, I don't have anything like that. Did she do that?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't look or anything like that.
Right.
And then she was like, do you want me to show you? I was like, no.
She said when she said, do you want me to show you? You said, yeah, and she went,
No, I didn't.
but could she have been, woo, flashing you? And now you don't want to tell me because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble?
No, when I told her no, I said no.
Then she didn't go, yeah,
No.
you know, because sometimes drunk girls are,
having a good time.
yeah, but I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I didn't see her. I didn't see her.
What about pants?
Nothing in her pants as far as I concerned, 'cause she was wearing tight jeans. So
She said she pulled them down.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her pulling down?
I didn't see her pulling down pants.
Did not see?
No, I did not see it.
She's saying you shined your light on her.
I did not see her.
Where do you keep your flashlight?
The left side right here.
The detective wouldn't shy away as he tried to charm him and get everything out of him before it was too late. The other detective also proceeded to get his DNA, which would later prove fatal for him.
Did we buckle swab anybody in the academy?
I don't.
As a demonstration?
This ain't so bad, huh?
No, I never had this done, so.
Stay up. There we go. And you get a free teeth cleaning with your first time.
You won't go none though.
All right, and then we're gonna have one more round.
I turned off my phone.
Pulled up a lot of video around that area after these allegations.
Okay.
Okay. She also had a SANE exam, which you know what that consists of.
Right.
There's a reason why we wanted your buckles. So if we go off the video and watch that,
right,
you're still going to stick with your story.
Yes, sir. I think everything covered as far as that.
Do you recall putting your in her mouth?
I don't.
Would you recall that if you did it?
If I did it, yeah.
At this point, the detectives were only interested in Janie's case, and they observed the officer's car standing for more than 25 minutes during the stop. Now, things were getting tough for Daniel, but despite the mounting pressure, he remained unfazed.
We knew you were on that stop.
Right.
We knew you were there. And we can watch a whole lot of actions being performed while you were there. Okay? And that's why she was trying to give you every out on the whole booby thing.
Right.
But any reason why this would be out?
No.
But if we say we didn't do it, we didn't do it, we didn't do it, and then the DNA comes back and says he did it, then we have a huge problem.
Right.
On the video, are we going to see?
Shouldn't see her boobs.
Okay. Are we going to see her pull her pants down?
I didn't see her pull it.
Are we going to see your penis?
No.
Are we going to see your penis in her mouth?
No.
Are we going to get any DNA to that?
No.
The detectives uncovered another victim, 43-year-old Terry Morris, who had reported being by Daniel a month earlier. Once again, Daniel had no explanation and refused to identify her.
Probably not necessarily going to remember the name, but her name is Terry Morris. Okay, black female. Supposedly you promised her a ride to the city rescue mission. This ring a bell?
No.
She thought you ran her for warrants. Clicking. Drove her around.
No. Name doesn't. I don't recall a name like that.
And she's claiming the same thing. The exact same thing. And here again, for whatever reason, things are pointing at you again. Traffic stop, not logged in, all that stuff.
The other girl that he's talking about is kind of making the same allegations, and that's weird.
Yeah, that's
doesn't look good.
That's
it doesn't
weird.
look. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So, no, I don't.
The detective shifted to more general questions, probing into Daniel's personal life to uncover potential patterns.
Would you take a polygraph?
Yeah, if you want me to take a photo.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a solution. Do you know how slow DNA is?
I don't. I do not.
Slow.
When you went home, was anybody home?
My girlfriend was home.
Did you live with her?
Huh? No, she doesn't. She just stayed.
Did you get laid?
Messed around, yeah.
What's messed around?
I guess.
We were all adults.
We almost had. And she was.
What'd you do?
So, my. Got her vagina. And then maybe went a little bit in, and then she pushed me off and said, no, we don't want it. I'm tired. I was like, okay.
That's kind of mean to let it get that far and then stop.
So
that's when you got home?
That's when I got home.
The detectives questioned Daniel about his relationship with his wife before returning to the main issue. The full extent of his abuse remains unknown, with countless women possibly having been victimized.
And she's sitting right here. If she goes like this, well, she's going to be looking right at you.
Okay. But it was just talking.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever get a hard when you were talking to her? Because she could have.
I don't think
these
I got.
pants don't fit the greatest,
Right.
and if you get a, I'm gonna be able to tell you got a hard on.
Right, and I'm pretty positive I didn't get a hard on.
Didn't get a hard on when you talked to her. Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull my penis out. I didn't do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
But do you think they could be?
No, it's not. No. Nothing of mine.
Your pubes couldn't be?
No.
Right there?
No.
Well, things were only about to get worse, as a week later, a 17-year-old girl claimed the officer stopped her and proceeded to rape her on her mother's porch.
You sure she just didn't flash you?
I can't. She did not flash. I want to say I can't recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't flash.
I see a pair of titties.
She went like this, but nothing as far as I'm going like crazy looking.
Lifting the shirt.
No.
How far did she lift it?
She lifted it up first when I patted her down. She was like right here to like stomach line.
Did you see her belly?
Maybe some fat rolls or something. I don't know, but nothing.
Right, but I mean, could you see skin?
Yeah, I saw skin. Yeah. Like I don't know.
You like older women?
I don't.
How old's your
She's 25.
Okay.
What's the oldest lady you've seen?
Maybe 29.
You ever seen a black woman?
I have. In high school, I have.
Holtzclaw failed to provide one good answer as to why this 57-year-old woman would make such a complaint against him when she had nothing to gain from it.
Anyway, those people are yours.
No, they're not. Please, go.
I know. We're going to test it. It just takes... Anyway, your skin cells are going to be anywhere on her mouth. Skin cells from your fingers.
No.
Did you touch her body anywhere other than with the back of your hand pat searching her?
Just pat searched her and that was about it. Didn't touch her face or anything.
Because if the tests come back, you ain't coming back in here.
Because we have a woman that says about, basically being sexually assaulted.
Right.
Okay? And we're calling it by force and all that. Big difference between that and a hookup.
Right. Nothing else.
But when she was standing, did she try to pull her pants down?
No.
Did she do... You said she kind of did like this. Did she ever do anything down here?
No.
You said you take the lie detector test.
Right.
Do you have any extra job? Is there a time when you can't take a lie detector test?
No. Usually it's all the times if I do. It's supposed to say policy. It's supposed to let me dispatch.
Who cares about policy right now? Because we don't at this point. Do you do the mileage and do all that? Or
Can't, here and there.
Sometimes you don't?
Sometimes I don't.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't.
Going back to this other deal, you're saying about 15-minute traffic stop. How long do you usually take on a traffic stop, just on average?
Maybe 20 minutes.
The disgraced officer denied every accusation the detective presented. It's hard to imagine what he was thinking, perhaps hoping for some leniency, which was no longer an option.
20 minutes. Now that's going to be some 800 time, right?
800, okay. Searching the car in detail, all of that.
Okay, so doing all of that, all the running, waiting in line, and even on a search. Now, the question I have is we got a lapse of time here, so I'm kind of get a better handle on where the time went. You're talking about 15 minutes, no 800, no running on the computer, you shut it down. And you said it was just a quick little search of the car. Where's the rest of that time?
Just talking to her.
About what?
Just see where you going, and trying to get her to confess, are you drunk or not? Like, are you been drinking? Because I could smell it when I was in the car, but I can't really get it.
What if she just said, yes, I'm drunk?
I didn't hear a lot of drunk questions, like how much
have you been drinking? Mainly it's just have you been drinking, trying to get her confessed. Is anything inside that juice? No. Just trying to talk to her. But
okay, right there, those questions maybe took 40 seconds. 15 minutes?
And you said 5 at the car. So then we got 10 of a lot of questions.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you tell me I wasn't there. I mean, obviously, I don't have any audio.
And that's what I'm saying. Roughly on a traffic stop, take about 20 minutes. It was the quickest traffic stop.
The detectives then proceeded to ask him the key question as to what he was doing during the whole time, if there was no ticket being issued.
How could you take 15 minutes on that?
Just talking. I must have been talking. So.
I can't see her wanting to talk if she's crying and asking if you're going to shoot her and all this. I don't see her being real forthcoming with conversation.
Whether my questions or whatnot, that's it.
I mean, you don't seem... I mean, I don't know how you were out there, but just kind of talking with you. I mean, you seem real laid back and everything like that. I've never got the impression of just kind of an angry type cop. We know some.
So you don't think 15 minutes was too long on that traffic stop?
No,
And nothing during that 15 minutes?
Nothing said.
Sensing something was off, Detective Kim decided to call Officer Daniel's wife. She was about to uncover the first of many lies that he had told.
I just talked to Carrie.
Okay.
She said she was asleep when you got home and you did not try to have and you did not have She said you didn't. And I asked her, could you have been asleep? And you had kind of, no. And she said no. You did not try to have.
As much as I don't want to involve her, I tried to have her and she was asleep. Carrie goes to sleep pretty early, about 9, 10 at the late.
Okay, but she would know if you tried. I'm a woman.
I know.
And my husband comes home in the middle of the night and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been asleep. You said you twirled around her
I did.
And you put it in a little bit and then she said, I'm tired. No.
I did.
She would remember that to tell me.
Shoot. Maybe.
She said you did not try to have sex.
That was something Daniel definitely didn't want to happen. He had been proven wrong and the list of lies was only going to increase from here.
I don't know what to say. I mean, because it just looks like I just caught you in a lie. And now I don't know what to believe.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
Because you tell me this, I go to verify it. She tells me the opposite, and now I'm wondering what you're telling the truth about.
Maybe because she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
No, she doesn't. I didn't tell her.
And I'm glad, but detectives calling her, any other officer asking her a question like that.
I know.
She may be scared.
Given the story that you're not given.
I'm telling you, I try to ask Carrie, my girlfriend.
She is going to remember your wing twirling around her hoo-ha. You remember that. I'm sorry, I don't care how much of a sleeper you are. You remember because it pisses you off in the middle of the night and you go, are you serious? Don't bother me with that.
At the end of it all, Daniel was asked to give up his badge, uniform, and gun while he was placed on administrative leave pending the investigation.
I think you're gonna need to, unless you want to keep the shirt on. I don't know. I don't know if this shirt's gonna be big enough for you. You're a big old boy. Well, you can get home. need some pants. Why don't you go ahead and get dressed then?
I need to tell you what's going on. It's crazy. I said I'm basically on my way home, and I'd like to talk to you. What's going on? It's crazy.
His uniform was sent in for DNA testing, and 17-year-old Adara Gardner's DNA was found on the zipper of his pants. As 13 women came forward, he was ultimately charged with 36 charges, including sexual assault, oral and stalking. It took quite a lengthy trial for the jury to establish their verdict, as Officer Daniel pled not guilty to every charge and claimed that he had nothing to do with this. But the jury saw this all quite differently.
Verdict, count 1, sexual battery. We, the jury, impaneled and sworn in the above entitled cause, do upon our oaths find as follows. Defendant is guilty of the crime of battery and set punishment at 8 years. Count 2, procuring lewd exhibition. Not guilty of the crime of procuring exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 8, defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral assault and punishment is set at 20 years. Count 9, first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime in the first degree.
Daniel Holtzclaw was found guilty on 18 of these charges, as the jury eventually discarded some of the women's claims as the evidence was not found.
Count 16, forcible oral. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible sodomy and punishment is set at 16 years. Count 17, forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy. Count 18, procuring exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring exhibition. Count 28, rape first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of the first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 29, first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 30, battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of battery and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 31, second degree by instrumentation. Defendant is guilty of the crime of second degree and punishment is set at 12 years.
The convicted rapist pleaded his innocence in the courtroom despite the overwhelming evidence against him.
Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff for formal sentencing set January 21st, 2016 at 10 o'clock a.m. All right, you have a seat.
He was later sentenced to 263 years in prison and has tried multiple times to appeal the decision, but to no avail. This dangerous creep will surely spend the rest of his life behind bars. Well, this brings us to the end of the video. Today we witnessed the shocking case of a police officer turned. It is devastating to see a protector become a predator. The only solace in his sentence ensuring that he can never harm anyone again. If you agree, please support us by liking this video. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out some of the other most breathtaking courtroom moments of all time.
I would ask you to, as part of this sentencing, to grant me 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon.